from the cold theaters of the world. This is Circuit Breaker. Brought to you by the entertainment site awardcircuit.com. An in-depth chat on film, television, and all the award shows that need predicting. Here's your host, Clayton Davis.
Hello, readers, and welcome to Circuit Breaker, brought to you by the entertainment website awardcircuit.com. I'm your editor-chief and owner, Clayton Davis, here today on June 28th, 2020. Time of recording is 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is episode 192. 192 of these. Wow. Here today, I know, right? This much old. Here today with Mark Johnson.
Hey, everybody.
Karen Peterson.
Hello.
Joey.
We don't sound a day over 150.
Yeah. And we got jam-packed agenda. So much on the agenda. Just millions of things on the agenda. Actually, as my air
None
conditioner.
of them are movies.
Well, actually, as my air conditioner decided to kind of almost blow up just now. So this could be my last podcast. So we got. Well, I have some announcements, obviously, to make, and then we're going to discuss some years in film, and then all the movies that are coming out, all of them.
In theaters.
Every single one.
Because there's 3, so it's easy.
It's going to be great. We have so much.
Well, you guys saw you can be the king of the box office now if you just pay $25,000 and buy a theater.
Yep.
I love that story.
Mark, you ever wanted to be number one at the box office?
I always want to be number one at everything, Joey.
Except Oscar trivia.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah. I can just see him going to his wife with, honey, for $25,000, I kind of just hear no before he finishes the sentence.
Probably not.
Yeah.
All right. So let's start with it all. I'll go announcements first. I was going to actually do it reverse, but this may take a minute, so
don't bury the lead.
Might as well just jump into it. So, starting today, right after this podcast is recording, you're going to see a little thing on the site called ACCA 1990. Bum, bum, bum.
Woohoo!
So, I have a few things to share, because there's a few things that we need to address in ACCA 1990. With the launch of the site, the new site on May 1st, that is, slowly but surely getting out of this beta stage where I can say it's officially whatever it is. You have to make a Circuit Breaker account to participate in all the activities polls and quizzes. And so you can move up in the rankings. So you could be number one like Mark wants to, be, and all that stuff and so forth. For ACCA, you need a Circuit account to vote now. No more anonymous voting.
Good.
It is going to be on record.
Nice.
Like the Senate and House of Representatives, what you voted for in ACCA 1990.
No Russian interference this way.
Yep. No. Well, I mean, there could be Russian interference. They can create some accounts. I mean, let's not
Let's see how well the Hunt for Red October does.
Mm-hmm.
So, for the people who don't know, because you haven't seen yet, there are a few ways you can register, but splattered all over the site for you to do so. You can go into the upper top of the homepage. There's a little avatar there that's blank. If you hover over it, there will be a thing that says member registration. Or you can see on any sidebar, it's going to say login or register. So you need to create a account in order to register. So please go do that, or you can't vote. And then it will take note of your vote, and then it'll be on record. So we have uploaded the eligibility or eligible films, or I should say Alan French collected a lot of it. And obviously, we probably missed one or two things that people would just be so angry about, but you still have the ability to do a write-in. Only one write-in. Cannot give you more than one. And it must have had a U.S. release in 1990. Also, if you write something in and it's already listed, that is not 2 votes for that film or performance.
Oh, got it.
There goes that plan.
Yeah. And there's always the lead supporting debate because people like Mark don't know what that means. So when that part comes, if you really, really, really feel that Jeff Daniels in Arachnophobia is supporting,
then you are not allowed to vote.
Feel free to do so. I don't think you'll have too many people on your side about it, though. But you can do the lead switch thing. There's some performances that we kind of strongly feel are straddlers, and they have been up for debate over time. So they may be listed in both. It doesn't mean you need to vote for them in both, but you can, in theory, you do have the ability to vote for, like, you know, Jeff Daniels in both lead and supporting. It would be silly, but you could still, in theory, do that. So with that, we're going to do a brief little retrospective on 1990 before we get to the next announcement, because 1990 retrospective, you know, requires a little bit of time. But I want to go through some of the popular movies and all the other different genres. And 1990, I was 6. I believe Joey was 3.
Yep.
Mark was 40 and Karen was 21. So
Just about.
yeah, that's about right.
We hit just about everything.
Plus or minus you.
So, for the Oscar heads that don't know, or just trying to figure out what is 1990, and we're talking about the film year 1990, not the Oscars that took place in 1990. This is where Dances with Wolves triumphantly defeated. I don't think that makes sense, but we're going to say that anyway. Goodfellas, because that's the internet. That was the King's Speech social network of the day of hate films. But I'll argue warranted, because Dances with Wolves is nowhere near anything that was like even in that top 5, I'd argue. But
You crazy.
but if you're like Mark Johnson, you love Westerns, you love Kevin Costner, then that's right up your alley.
Well, I know it's going to be his number 1.
No, it's my number 2.
Yeah.
That year.
So we got Dances with Wolves. We have Goodfellas. Goodfellas, I assume, is just going to do very, very well.
Yeah.
I wonder how well it will do. I want to know that, like, is it just a Joe Pesci thing, or are they definitely going Ray Liotta, De Niro, co-leads?
Oh, I think they're going to take it all the way, because this is film Twitter we're talking about.
Okay. Do you think?
And it kind of deserves some of that.
Yeah. Do you think?
Does it though?
I think so.
I just recently rewatched it, and I was like, oh, I actually don't like this even more than I didn't like it before.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, it is number 17 on IMDb's top 250, and it's not in our database yet, so I don't think it is ranked yet on our top 100. But go ahead.
One of the things that's interesting is Goodfellas is one word, but the Academy database lists it as 2.
Yeah. It's okay, so hear this, because this is actually, I'm so glad you brought this up. Marketing shit is like killing me these days. The new Goodfellas for me is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because that is spelled that it has 2 or 3 different marketing sayings on the title, and I follow what is in the movie when it presents itself in the title card. That's my rule typically. And in the movie, it's Once Upon a Time in ... Hollywood, and not whatever people have been doing this Once Upon a Time space bar ... space bar in Hollywood, which is just crap.
Okay, I have a question about that then. If you're going by the title card in the movie, do you include the ellipsis at the end of When Harry Met Sally ...
Oh, I actually don't know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
another good example of that, Karen, is Seven. 7.
Oh yeah, with the 7 in it.
Yeah. 7 is all over the place too.
That's how I spell it now.
That's how I spell 7 all the time.
I don't remember it being like that though.
Yeah.
Like I remember a V. I read the book before I saw the movie on that.
Well, on the posters it says 7 with a V, and then the title card is 7 with the number 7.
Really?
Yeah.
In the movie?
Yeah,
okay.
it literally was on yesterday. We watched like the first 10 minutes. It was
interesting.
freshly on my mind. So Goodfellas on the poster, capital F, one word.
One word.
And IMDb, Goodfellas, lowercase f, one word. Academy database, good fellas, two separate words. And I don't know where that one came from.
I don't either.
Back up 1 second. Mark, which book did you read?
7. It's based on the movie.
You read the movie novelization of a movie before you saw the movie.
Listen, I was like 16 or something, right?
Yeah.
So,
I'm just glad you read a book.
Yeah, it's true. So that will be up for debate for some time about like where good. Well, but I was talking about Goodfellas. Do you think that Lorraine Bracco is the threat to Whoopi Goldberg?
Yes. I don't know if she'll
one of the worst things. One of the things. Goodfellas is in the database, by the way, and it's in the database with a capital F.
How dare you? You're fired.
So wait, let me ask you, Mark. Mark, the thing I like the least about you in this world, the least about you, is how much you crap on Whoopi Goldberg's performance in Ghost.
Count the ways. No, I think she's fine in Ghost.
No,
don't worry.
Not fine.
Drew has grabbed that audio, and we can just place it every time.
Yeah, it's our new drop.
It's a new segment.
Yeah. The things you hate
like
most
about you
Mark.
least this week.
Yeah, but it's how much you crap on Whoopi Goldberg because she's so great in Ghost.
She's all right. I'm taking Bracco all day over her though.
Really?
And I would take Benning over her too that year.
No.
And then probably Goldberg.
I can listen to a Benning argument. Bracco over Goldberg argument is pretty.
Bracco's so good.
She is good, but it's a candle thing. Like
I can solve the problem, guys. Just go Diane Ladd. It's fine.
I don't like Wild at Heart.
I don't love the movie,
that
but
movie
I think it's my favorite performance of the five.
remember hating that movie so much when I was younger, and I haven't come back to it. I'm dreading that I might have to watch this again because I really want to be educated on ACCA 1990. And I'm like, God damn it. Because if not, then obviously, there's a big possibility Kindergarten Cop could be in my top 5 if I don't start rewatching movies. So,
right.
I mean, don't do that.
Kindergarten Cop is pretty great, though. I'm not going to let anyone shit on that because that is one of quintessential Arnold Schwarzenegger performances that isn't the Terminator.
Oh, listen, we're all going to have a couple things on our top 10 for 90 though.
Oh yeah.
All right.
I've got at least one.
Moving on to some, it was in my top 10 greatest performances of all time. Pretty Woman, Julia Roberts.
What?
She was number 10 in my top 10 greatest performances of all time. I think that, listen, I think she's great in Erin Brockovich. And I'm glad and we were just talking about this, I think, before the recording about who was better that year because Mark is rewatching movies from that year. And, Ellen Burstyn versus Joan Allen and all that stuff. And I think Julia was the best of the 5. I just think that should have been her second Oscar because I think her Pretty Woman performance is so great. And that does not take away from Kathy Bates. Kathy Bates is amazing in Misery. But it's just one of those Daniel Day-Lewis, Brad Pitt year 2007s for me that it's just like, I wish they were separate years because I would reward them both separately.
It's a pretty loaded lead actress field in 1992. All 5 are pretty good performances.
Yeah.
Pretty big names too.
Yep. Also that year we just brought up the Grifters. So we got Angelica Houston and Annette Bening in the mix, and I guess John Cusack, right?
Maybe. That'd be nice.
Still without ACCA love. Well,
yeah, it's a good shot.
I think not recently.
Yeah, well, I think. Well, this is the thing. I think this is Cusack's last bout with ACCA down the line because after 1990, I mean, I don't think we're getting anything because when's say anything?
Say anything?
What year is that?
Say anything was what
89. So he's a year away.
So
Eight Men Out is 88 as well.
So he's got 2 more times.
Kind of I think Say Anything probably is his his definitive last shot, and then after that we're done with Cusack unless he's coming up with something in the future, which I don't think it's gonna happen now. We got Mr. and Mrs. Bridge. So we have a Joanne Woodward to do. Maybe I don't think enough people have seen it.
I don't expect her to make it at all.
Yeah, I don't know if enough people have even seen it. Is it available anywhere?
I don't know.
Has anyone seen Mr. and Mrs. Bridge?
I have not.
I don't think I have.
I want to say I saw it on television like a long time ago. I can't tell you much about it though. So that's kind of a no. When looking at it in retrospect, no, I have not. So yeah, but I will seek it out. We have Crybaby. Do we feel like a Johnny Depp thing or a double dose of it? Because he has got that and Edward Scissorhands, which I thoroughly think he'll make.
By the way, according to Just Watch, Mr. and Mrs. Bridge is available on Hoopla.
Ooh, Hoopla. You ever sit around and you're just like, what's all this hoopla? And then you pop it in, and there it is.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way, with De Niro, right, in the mix for Goodfellas, is he a potential double nominee also with Awakenings?
Maybe.
Ooh, I could see it.
Because that's what he did get nominated for that year.
Yeah.
And
Though they could also replace him with Robin Williams.
what's the better performance of De Niro?
Goodfellas.
Awakenings.
Break the tie,
I
Karen.
think Awakenings.
Yeah, smidge. I think maybe Awakenings, but I think it's. I mean, all right. Let me ask you this. I don't know why this really connects. Do you think he's better in Goodfellas or in The Irishman?
The
The
Irishman.
Irishman.
Goodfellas.
Okay. They're very similar to me for some reason. And, well, not for some reason. I mean, it's a pretty obvious reason. But, like,
That might have been intentional.
yeah. I think almost like it's. I put him almost in the Anthony Hopkins boat of the two popes. I think he's almost too good for his own good. Like, it's too effortless for him, I guess. To do a performance like that, it's just almost like second nature. And I think we take for granted, like what he's actually doing in these moments, and then they tend to get overlooked.
Happened with Casino. Same thing.
Well, Casino's a rougher movie, also.
It's a rougher movie, but it's the same performance to me.
Yeah, I can argue that.
It's just the least of the three.
So back to Edward Scissorhands. That's going to be probably easily in my top 5 of that year, and I think. Do I mean this? I think it's Johnny's best performance, and I know people will like still yell at me saying, "No, it's Pirates. It's definitely Pirates. It always will be Pirates."
It's neither.
There was a really good.
It's definitely Pirates. It'll always be Pirates.
God, I've never seen the internet come to life like that before. My God, it's just in real time. It just like came alive.
Either that or Finding Neverland. I'd put one of the two as the best.
My God.
In Finding Neverland.
Oh,
Really?
You're just picking all the ones I don't
Best
care about.
performance.
I think it's
One
up
of
there.
them.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's his most like phoned in performance. Is in Finding Neverland.
I don't know.
Oh.
And then wait, you know what? In my childhood memory is probably going to be mistaken, but wasn't he in Benny and June?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I
He's
think I
great.
loved
He's
him
great in
that, too.
yeah. He's great in
Love
Benny and June.
that
Listen,
movie, too.
early
Yeah,
'90s.
those would be my 3.
Early '90s Johnny greater than post Pirates Johnny.
Yes. Absolutely.
Probably.
I'm learning I only have a few of his performances I like. As I'm looking down his list again. Ugh. Ed Wood or Don Juan DeMarco for me, I guess.
Ed Wood. Yeah. I forgot about Ed Wood.
Again,
that might be,
pre Pirates.
that might be my number 1 actually for him, performance wise. That or Pirates.
Yeah, I don't like Pirates, but post Pirates, there's very little that I'm thrilled by.
Moving into a couple more. So we spoke a little bit about Misery. So I think Kathy Bates will do well there. I wonder if the movie will do better than just the one Kathy Bates thing.
Maybe.
Do you think people like Misery in retrospective, like as a whole?
I think they like it more than Godfather Part 3.
Ooh, what are they going to do with Godfather Part 3?
I
Depends
think
on how many movies they've
Godfather
seen.
Part 3 is going to get a big fat 0.
You think it's going to get 0? I don't know if it's
Yeah.
going to get 0.
That's my prediction.
Oh, that's a good one. I hope it comes true. But I
I think people will want to like punish it for existing.
I feel like I think they still would go Andy Garcia because after
Maybe.
this, there is no more Andy Garcia to do.
Well, don't tell them that.
Oh, well, there isn't, though.
There is, though. The Untouchables? Right?
Can you? You think they're going to do Sean Connery and Andy Garcia? No.
Probably not.
As we get further back, the more popular films reign supreme, and that goes for performances as well. Like Costner will probably this is not his last shot. I think this starts the Costner reign, because I think he's got this, Bull Durham,
Field of Dreams.
Field of Dreams. It's next year. Yeah, like he's gonna be.
Is he get Best Supporting Actor for The Big Chill?
He's gonna catch up to Leo, I feel like, in the ACCA world of like just like racking some stuff up.
I don't know. You're much more optimistic than I am.
Garcia has a couple chances this year, though, because he also has Internal Affairs, which is really good. And then in a couple of years, he'll have Stand and Deliver.
I look forward to Sofia Coppola getting in for supporting actress.
Wait, hold on. He's not even like hardly in Stand and Deliver. He's just like the school dude. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't even remember him being in that.
Yeah.
He's in it about as much as Kevin Costner's in The Big Chill.
Yeah.
Well, listen, Internal Affairs is very good. So if you need to get Garcia
I just want to point this out real quick. So, for people who don't know, Costner has already gotten in for his first time for JFK. We did ACCA 1991. So now starts his Dancing with Wolves. Then we're going to get into Field of Dreams, Bull Durham, No Way Out, The Untouchables. He's totally getting in for Silverado. And then that might be.
That's probably
that might be the
Silverado was like his breakthrough.
Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be in a Costner like resurgence.
Love it.
Go opposite. I think we feel about some kids getting in. Macaulay Culkin, Home Alone. This is the year.
Hell yeah, get him.
No, thank you.
I think that's the big threat for score, though.
Oh, Dances with Wolves, come on.
Oh, Home Alone score is dynamite.
I mean, listen,
it is really good.
I'm not kicking on
dynamite.
You'll laugh when you hear where that's in my top 10 of the decade, but that score's great.
No, Home Alone is just overall just a great. Listen, I thoroughly though, more than anything, enjoy the honest trailers and the pitch meetings for Home Alone, because when you really sit about it in retrospective, it makes no sense.
Oh, it's a completely ridiculous plot.
Ridiculous plot. It's just terrible. You don't understand why this kid's alone and why no one has gone to check on him. And it's just what it is.
They're trying to check on him.
Listen, they didn't have cell phones. It wasn't as easy.
Or the fact that they even got to keep their kid after this was over. Child Protective Services.
That's what money buys you.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it's because they're rich and white.
Right. Yep, exactly. In the non-crime part of Chicago.
Yep.
Like, just beautiful part with a lot of poinsettias in the house because they have nothing worth stealing.
The whole theme of the movie is the crime going on in the whole neighborhood.
Yeah. And everyone just leaves.
Low crime area.
Everyone just leaves, and then they're just weirdly obsessed with this one house because they think there's a bunch of stuff's going to be in there. It's just a bunch of mannequins. All right. So then we spoke about Ghost a little bit. Which I'm ready for Patrick Swayze. Do it. You should. It's worth it. It's worth it. And Demi.
You know what you haven't talked about though from 1990 is
The Witches.
One of my childhood classics, which is Navy SEALs. Charlie Sheen.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. A 13-year-old me loved that movie so much.
You are such a white guy. Like,
well, 13-year-old me also loved it, but not for
different reasons. Yeah. You know what that is? That is my wife feels that same way about U571 for different reasons.
I agree with your wife.
She said she used to watch. Jessica said she used to watch that all the time for the wrong reasons. It was like she thought it was like just the greatest thing ever.
1990 might be the best year ever for bad movies. Like good bad movies.
Yeah, we got the Witches here, which could do very well probably in makeup and visual effects. Jacob's Ladder,
yeah,
fun. Tremors, which is just so much fun.
I love that movie.
What do you think? Visual effects,
My
maybe?
mom is Reba McEntire in Tremors.
That's
Oh my God.
I hope
That is
awesome.
the woman that raised me. I'm
That-
not
Oh my
joking.
God.
that's good. But is your dad whatever his name is?
No,
Okay.
no.
Broke into the wrong goddamn thing.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of the whole movie. I love it.
I have a question because we've gone back and forth on this. Is Stephen King's It eligible?
No.
It is
No,
not.
it was a TV movie made
Yeah.
for TV.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have Total Recall. I mean, best makeup with 3 boobs. I mean, come on.
Visual effects and makeup. There you go.
The Hunt for Red October.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but if Dick Tracy doesn't win makeup, I'm gonna
Yeah,
revolt against all
Dick
of
Tracy
you.
should win production design.
It should.
We got Arachnophobia, as mentioned
No, thank
before
you.
by Jeff Daniels. We have Problem Child, which I actually really like.
Oh, Jesus
Gilbert
Christ.
Gottfried, man. Awakenings, as we said before. Paris is Burning, I think might actually do better than normal because it
Hold
just
on,
came
don't
across.
just skip right over Awakenings. Penny
Oh.
Marshall deserves deserved an Oscar nomination. We can make it right by nominating her here.
I look forward to being disappointed.
Let me look at that director.
I'm just gonna say.
You still haven't named one of the 5 best
Oh,
movies that year.
there is a list here.
We'll get to Days of Thunder. Don't worry.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna let us not talk about that.
I don't know if the internet as a whole has seen enough of Reversal of Fortune to
Oh, so
justify Barbette Schroeder or even Jeremy Irons.
Irons, yes, though, I
good.
think.
Irons, come on.
I would replace Coppola with Marshall personally, but that's just me.
I mean, not going to have an argument here.
Yeah, I mean, I think Scorsese's in. I think Costner probably is in. Frears, I think, get in. I think there's been enough people who've seen The Grifters. Dick Tracy actually might do a lot better than it did.
I
Are we
don't know
doing
if
an
people have seen it.
expanded lineup?
No, it's 5.
Edward Scissorhands will probably have a lot of love too.
Oh, boy.
I think.
Yeah.
Burton and
Yeah.
whatnot, yeah.
I thought of, back to Karen's question. I thought about like just doing it to a straight 10, but I would have wanted to do it like
See,
when
I
we
thought
started
that
in the
when
90s.
So I thought we did do that when we added
did.
the new categories.
We did when so the way it went was we followed the Oscar rules for whatever was going on that year.
Right.
But then what we did was 2018. I hated, and a lot of people complained of the sliding scale because we try to follow as closely to the sliding scale rule. And what we decided was we're just going to do a straight 10. So that was our only amendment that was made. I would have liked to do a straight 10 going back, but I would have liked to start it when we started 1999. But now if we started in 1990, I just feel like we're not going to get a good representation. I think as we get further back, it gets harder to... Because by the way, the voting's going to be open for a while because I'm allowing a lot of time for movies to be revisited. Like this is going to be open for like 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
Because you have to find the movies. I want people to see stuff, and not everyone's seen Back to the Future Part 3. Yes, they have.
Those assholes.
I'm going to write an article this week about why Back to the Future 3 is actually much better than people like to say it is.
It's going to make my top 10.
It's not.
It is. It is.
It's going to make my top 5, probably.
It is Back to the Future 3 or Godfather Part 3?
Back to
Back to the
Future 3.
Future 3.
Godfather 3.
Only one's a good movie.
We got Kindergarten Cop. We got
No, thank you.
Kindergarten Cop's good.
Kindergarten Cop is a really good movie.
It's really good. Yeah. Good. A very good. Linda Hunt. We got
Linda
Days
Hunt?
of Linda Hunt's in it. She's the principal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I swear to God, this is a true story. My very first celebrity crush of Penelope Ann Miller.
Oh, I thought it was going to be...
It was my
Linda Hunt.
very first one. It was. I remember actively being like, I'm in love with her, and I was like 6.
I think I understand why you like this movie.
If I watch it today, I'm like, yeah, I'm still about it. I still would date her. in 1990.
She had a big year in 90. She had another one that you haven't mentioned yet that I'm waiting for.
Wait, what is she else in? Was she in 1990?
So she's also in The Freshman.
Oh, I don't think I've seen The Freshman.
Oh, that's good.
I like The
good.
Freshman.
This is just a year for sequels because we got Gremlins 2, the new batch.
Very weird.
We got Spaced Invaders. We have Mermaids.
Mermaids was not a sequel, but it's
I
a good
know.
movie.
I was coming across it was the next movie on the list, and I don't.
You got a lot of sequels though, that and decent ones too. I'm waiting for you to get to.
We got Welcome Home, Roxy Carmichael. We have Alice. So I think they may go Mia Farrow, and I think that'll be the end of the conversation.
Probably.
Got Metropolitan, which is on Criterion, so I think a lot of people have probably come across it. Got Postcards from the Edge, get Carrie Fisher a nomination in screenplay.
I can see it happening.
Yeah, definitely.
I think that's
Streep.
easy.
It
Streep
should
as well.
happen.
I mean, Streep. Yeah, Streep will be easy. I wonder if they'll do McLean.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Do you like Postcards from the Edge, Mark? No.
yeah, absolutely.
No, you don't.
I love it. Gene Hackman's anything with Gene Hackman. I'm in. Meryl Streep.
Oh, that's why. That's
Yeah.
the only thing. That's the only thing I have in there.
Not
I
showing
love Gene
McLean.
Hackman and I love Meryl Streep. And
There's a
Good
suspicious
cast.
amount of women in that movie for you to like it, Mark.
You got Love Hurts. You have The Nasty Girl. Let's see what else.
I think you're checking a different list now.
I'm not sure
We have Troll 2, which is like the quote unquote worst movie ever made. It's still fun.
Oof.
I wonder if they'll do a little bit of that, just as whatever.
I don't think they will.
I don't think that's how you judge the best of things.
It's
This is the worst one. Let's give it some awards.
Flatliners is that year.
Yes,
I love Flatliners. Good Kiefer Sutherland. R.I.P.
Joel
Joel.
Schumacher.
Yeah, R.I.P. Joel Schumacher.
Yeah.
Oh man, that one stung this week. It's one of those like you don't know what you got till it's gone because he became such like a parody joke like after Batman and Robin, and then you went through his filmography. You're like, no, actually, he gave us a lot, and I'm kind of mad now. We have Darkman. That's a total Mark movie.
At the time, yeah, I liked it.
I swear to God, it took me years to realize that Liam Neeson was in that movie. Like, years to realize it. I did not even pick up on it.
It's hard to picture Liam Neeson as a superhero, but I mean, that is 30 years ago.
Yeah. Two other sequels, Robocop 2 and Predator 2.
I love Predator 2.
I know you would.
Danny Glover, man.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of these movies are kind of, there's a lot of kind of cheesy films in this year, but I was 13, so like I loved them. Right, a lot of the sequels. I'm still waiting for you to name a couple of them.
Name a couple. Go ahead. I'm going to let you name a couple. Go ahead.
So you have. Did you say Die Hard 2 yet? I forget.
I didn't say Die Hard 2 yet.
So you have Die Hard 2. You've got Young Guns 2. You have.
Three Men and a Little Lady.
I love Three Men and a Little Lady. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The Two Jakes is another sequel that year for Chinatown.
Jetsons the movie. I love Jetsons the movie.
The worst Rocky movie was that year as well.
Oh God, Rocky 5.
Did you say Total Recall? 'Cause that's
I
another
did.
one.
Of course, I said three boobs. Yes.
I might have missed it.
You don't have Total Recall, Mark.
Do not. You're
Young
right.
Guns 2.
Can I just say, by the way, Mark 100% in a Total Recall world goes into Total Recall and buys a package.
Yeah.
100% buys a package.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, the one movie
and purchases exactly what Arnold Schwarzenegger purchased. He gets Sharon Stone and then maybe has a Rachel Ticotin on the side. Like, just goes to Mars and just fucks it all up and then tries to kill people. It's going to be the worst.
So there's a movie you have, I don't think you've named, at least I might have missed it, that I think is going to do well as well with ACCA, Miller's Crossing.
You think Miller's Crossing is going to do well? I don't think enough people have seen it.
Oh, I love Miller's Crossing.
It's similar to...
That's a good one.
Yeah, no, it is a good one. I think it's similar to... what's another early Coens that they definitely don't know? Or
Barton Fink.
No, Barton Fink did all right because that's when John Goodman won his second ACCA for that, which is
If Barton Fink did well, I think Miller's Crossing will do well. I think there's enough Coen Brothers fans that have gone back to watch their earlier stuff, and that's, to me, that was the first thing that was the first time that I kind of remember the Coens. So yeah, I don't know. And Gabriel Byrne's just great in it. I love him.
And Marcia Gay Harden. John Turturro. By the way, that movie opened New York Film Festival that year, so that would have been me and Joey going at the age of 6. So it's the opener.
I wouldn't have known. I'm not big on the Coens.
Yeah. Avalon is also that year.
Meh.
Oh wow, Avalon.
With Aiden Quinn's in that, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I think
that sounds right though.
Got Q&A with Armand Desante. Armand Desante is also a very 90s actor. He's just a very 90s name to say.
He was just in he was in A Contender, I think, right? I think I just watched this week that he has a small role in.
Hey, what did I've seen him in something also recently. What am I thinking of?
Let me fact check that.
Yeah, he's in something that I watched recently.
Fact check? Yeah, we're not the news.
It's the first time Mark's ever doing that.
We're fake news.
He is not in The Contender.
What the hell did I watch him in?
American Gangster?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Or Judge Dredd? Did you watch Judge Dredd?
It was American Gangster I watched this week.
Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16. He has 16 movies upcoming on his IMDb.
Armand Desante?
Yes. 12 of them are in post-production.
Well, Mark, apparently if you spend that money to get that box office record, you can have Armand Desante in your movie.
Well, there it is. He was big, though, in the early 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, big might be the wrong word.
But, he was in 1492. Conquest of Paradise.
Was he really?
The fake Christopher Columbus movie.
Well, I don't know the fake.
It's fake.
The Mambo Kings.
It exists, unfortunately.
To Sleep with Anger is also that year. It just came to Criterion. And
He's in Hoffa?
What?
He's in Hoffa also in 92?
Oh, fuck Hoffa.
Well, we're done with that already. Don't have to worry about it popping up.
I wonder if Danny Glover is a threat for To Sleep with Anger, because I wonder if enough people are going to it. Have you seen it, Mark? Probably not.
What is the movie?
To Sleep with Anger?
No, I haven't. But he could be in the running for Predator Part 2, though.
Did you say Internal Affairs earlier?
We're just moving right along.
Internal Affairs.
Oh, you know what? Actually, Karen, I thought of you the other day because I just saw the preview of it and I was like, I wonder if Karen's ever seen this because it seems like something Karen's gonna be like, hell yeah, I love that movie. Do you remember Consenting Adults?
Oh yeah,
I remember it.
With Kevin Kline and Mary Elizabeth Mastrantonio.
Yeah.
It was. I caught a preview the other day for some reason. I was like, I used to love this movie. It's just about nonsense. Like, it was the little children of its time.
There were a lot of those movies. Like I remember Body of Evidence.
Yeah,
Madonna was another one. They were all like the same.
Do you remember
the Rock's the Cradle?
No, that's not the same. Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Do you remember? Oh my God, Trespass.
Yeah,
with Ice Cube and Bill Paxton and Ice-T.
Oh yeah.
For two ices.
I saw it. I remember the commercials.
Two ices in a movie together. It was so cold in that movie.
Yeah.
What else we got? We got King of New York.
Madly, Deeply.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Interesting.
Alan Rickman, FYC.
Yep, exactly.
Presumed Innocent is also that year.
Seen it, so cool.
Wait, Mark, you haven't seen it?
I don't think I have.
Oh, it's
I think
so
you'd
good.
like it.
Yeah, I think you would too.
So let me discuss some highlights of this year with you guys. So Presumed Innocent was number 8. The number 8 highest grossing film of that year.
It's a good movie.
Is it? I feel like I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
Back to the Future 3, number 6.
Could be in my top 10.
This is let me just go through this. Top 10 highest grossing films from 10 to 1. Kindergarten Cop, 200 million, by the way.
God.
Jesus.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Movie.
Presumed Innocent, Die Hard 2,
Nice.
Back to the Future 3, Total Recall, Dances with Wolves, $424 million.
That's right.
That's
How much of that was you, Mark?
That's
I saw it twice.
Not for nothing. That's crazy.
Theaters.
I think that's crazy at the time for a movie like that.
Yeah.
I took, actually, funny story. I took my my birthday party that year was to the theater for that.
To Dances with Wolves?
Wait, how old
Listen,
were
I
you?
was a nerd very early on about movies, okay?
Wait,
How old were you?
What?
He couldn't
was
figure out why
13.
no one showed up to his
I know.
party.
Wait, what? You were like, that was like your 14th birthday, right?
Yeah, 13th, yeah. 1990.
What an
'Cause
inappropriate...
listen, my birthday... I just looked this up just to make sure I'm not mistaken. But yeah, my birthday's November 17th, and it came out that weekend on November 21st.
Oh my God.
That was my birthday.
When I was 13, my one was Mission to Mars, Mark.
Oh my God, that's bananas. Number 3, highest grossing film, Pretty Woman, 463. Home Alone, number 2, 476.
I thought that'd be number 1.
Nope. Ghost, number 1, 505.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
that makes
was.
sense.
Other major events that year, Tom Cruise gets a divorce from Mimi Rogers. It's when Karen thought she had a chance.
Well, that's 'cause
But then December 24th, that same year, Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman get married.
I was so happy for them. I
Were
love
ya?
Tom and Nicole.
yeah, that was the best.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was released on March 30th. At the time, it is the highest grossing independent film in history.
Really?
At the time.
I'm surprised Joe versus the Volcano wasn't higher on that box office list.
It was the first time Universal Pictures unveiled... Oh, good.
Oh, I was going to say, I think Joe versus the Volcano was one that became a lot more popular when it was on TV. I don't think a lot of people saw it in the theater.
I think it counts as a flop theatrically.
Yeah. I remember seeing that theater. It was
I feel like only...
quite an
I love that
experience.
movie.
Yeah. I feel like only us and any readers that are about our age and older are going to really take note of this. But, oh my God, my damn air conditioner.
Yeah, we hear it. We hear it.
And then it stops. It's going to kill me. Universal Pictures unveiled their new opening logo that year that was composed by James Horner. The whole and then the Universal pans around the world. That was unveiled at Back to the Future Part 3. It was the first time they changed their logo in 27 years.
Huh.
It was for their anniversary, right?
I didn't remember
yeah, it
what
might have been.
movie it was, but I do remember being in the theater, seeing that, and going, "Wait, that's different."
Yeah, and I didn't know till this moment that it was James Horner that did the music. R.I.P.
It's probably what's made him the most money in his life.
No, because he did
Every time that plays.
Oh yeah, that true. Yeah, probably. Following a massive media marketing blitz, Dick Tracy is released to box office success and critical acclaim. Ultimately, the film will go on to earn 7 Academy Award nominations and 3 wins on June 15th.
Yeah. Pacino and Below the Line.
Yep. The first digitally manipulated matte painting is used in Die Hard 2. Future movie stars Chris Rock and Adam Sandler joined SNL that year.
Wow.
And The Rescuers Down Under is considered as the first fully digital film ever made.
It's also Disney's first sequel.
The use of real-time computer graphics or digital puppetry to create a character in a motion picture is performed in Robocop 2.
209?
209?
Isn't that what it was?
Yeah, the thing.
Ed 209.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
yeah. Something like that.
So how's it
It sounds right.
We also have Green Card that year. Peter Weir.
Meh.
Gerard Depardieu. Funny also, I think it was one of the last years BAFTA went after... it went right before the Oscars, but Jessica Tandy won BAFTA that year, even though she won Oscar the year before because of the eligibility period. Cinema Paradiso, Philippe Noiret also won Best Actor at BAFTA that year as well. Bruce Davison and Longtime Companion. You think enough people have seen that? Probably not. Maybe? No? A little bit?
Hello?
Yeah? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, he
Okay,
stopped.
it wasn't me.
I stopped? Oh.
I love that we all have that moment where we're like, so...
Jesus. Can everyone hear me again?
Yeah.
You said
Okay.
you said Cinema Paradiso, and then your air conditioner must have exploded.
Oh, yeah, probably.
So Cinema Paradiso was 90? I thought that was 89. That's 90?
No,
it's 89. It's
it
89.
is, but BAFTA went after... Their eligibility period was different.
Okay.
Because Jessica Tandy won BAFTA that year, but she had won Oscar for the year before.
We're not counting it for that year. Right?
No, because we're not
no.
monsters.
Right. I was going to say what the hell.
Yeah.
Actually, it was 88 is when it was released. I guess 89 in America.
By the way, Mark, we're gonna get John Bon Jovi at ACCA this year.
Is that right?
Yes.
Blaze of Glory, man.
Original
Come
song.
on.
Yeah. Oh, that whole
Best
soundtrack.
too.
That whole soundtrack is fantastic.
Oh
I
yeah.
was thinking acting. I don't know. I was like, huh?
No. The only thing I remember him in, wait, is he in Karina? No, wait, what's John Bojo? He's with Whoopi Goldberg in a movie.
He was in U571.
No.
He was in Pay It Forward.
He was in No Looking Back, the Ed Burns movie.
What's that one?
He's in a movie with Michelle Pfeiffer, maybe. Wait.
He actually has a cameo.
He was in one with Elizabeth
too.
Perkins. What was that one? Moonlight and Valentino.
I can only think of Elizabeth Perkins and Big right now.
Hold on, I'll get this because I remember seeing the movie.
I mean, he's in New Year's Eve.
Per IMDb, Cinema Paradiso's American premiere was 1990, February 2nd.
Ooh,
February 2nd.
Is it
in New York?
New York. When did it get its U.S. release?
It just says its first. I'm looking through the release dates. It was 1988 in Italy, and then didn't come to America until New York City, February 2nd, and then February 23rd, United States. So it is a 1990.
I don't think it's
film.
On this though. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just IMDb.
No, it was nominated, but in what year was it nominated in? I think 88.
Moonlight and Valentino. Elizabeth Perkins and Whoopi Goldberg. I knew I
saw Whoopi Goldberg in my head.
89.
89. It got its Oscar nomination.
Interesting. IMDb must be off.
Well, it also probably qualified without coming out in that way.
Okay.
Interesting.
It has. There's a bunch of different versions, and they came out at different times. Also, I think the international version is what the Academy considered, and there's a domestic version that came out. Because there's I think there's like a 50-minute time difference or something like that between the two. Oh,
another movie that we were talking about before, Mark, kind of like the thriller thing, Bad Influence, with Rob Lowe and James Spader and Lisa Zane, directed by Curtis Hanson, by the way.
Don't forget about Pacific Heights with Michael Keaton.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We also got House Party that year. Come on, man. House Party.
Yeah.
Damn.
There's two movies you haven't mentioned that I'm still waiting for.
Joe versus the Volcano.
So when
That's
you said
not
Pacific
that one.
Heights, that actually reminded me of the Bonfire of the Vanities, and that's also 1990.
Are we ready for Blue Steel? Catherine Bigelow with Jamie Lee Curtis and Ron Silver. Boy. Ron Silver is also a very 90s thing to say.
Ron Silver.
Yeah, that's man. Clancy Brown's in that. Tom Sizemore. Tom Sizemore is also. Richard Jenkins is in Blue Steel.
He is.
Oh wow,
he is. Yeah. Who the fuck? Oh, and Philip Bosco and Louise Fletcher. Wait a minute. This is. I love these moments when I look at a movie.
Tom Sizemore's in it too.
I just said, what is
Tom
wrong
Sizemore
with you?
was in everything in the 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, you said Sizemore?
I did. Elizabeth
Mark's struggling right now.
I know. Lombardo. Oh, Lord of the Flies is that year. That's my Lord of the Flies, even though I know it's definitely the older one. But this is the one that made me scream in horror.
Yeah,
it was on the other day, and it was literally the part when Piggy died. Yeah, the older version. The one's on Criterion.
I'm so excited that they're making a movie based on the real boys that actually cooperated and got along and didn't go crazy.
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Opportunity Knocks is that year with Dana Carvey and Robert Loggia.
Oh, yeah.
We got The Ambulance with Eric Roberts and James Earl Jones.
Jesus.
We got Ernest Goes to Jail because,
I will hit you.
I love Ernest movies.
First year that I went to AFI, I was standing in line for something, and there were these two women behind me arguing over which Ernest movie was the best, and they finally agreed that it was
Ernest Scared Stupid.
It's the first Ernest.
I think it was the Christmas one they decided on, but I clearly remember the jail conversation.
It's Ernest Scared Stupid all the way, all day. Eartha Kitt for the rest of my life. It's Ernest Scared Stupid. We all lose. Doesn't matter.
The fact that they were debating that at a film festival was what particularly cracked me up.
And not an Ernest retrospective.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Lawrence Kasdan has I Love You to Death that year with Joan Plowright, Kevin Kline, Tracy Ullman, River Phoenix, William Hurt, Keanu Reeves, all in that movie. Just point that out. And for a good amount of my life till I was about 20 years old, because I just said it. Because I felt it when I was 6, and then I just continued to say it until I saw it again and then realized it wasn't true anymore. I would say the funniest movie I ever saw was The Gods Must Be Crazy 2 And that is also that year. I used to think
that is a statement.
It used to make me like cry like tears.
And this is why 6-year-olds don't vote for the Oscars.
Exactly. Wild
Although
Orchid.
sometimes it seems like they do.
Wild Orchid is that year with Mickey Rourke. Tales from the Dark Side, the movie. Class of 1999. Bird on a Wire. Got some Mel Gibson. Pre-racism or during
during
racism.
Just hadn't said it out loud.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just didn't know.
That we know of.
Another 48 Hours.
Yeah, this is another one of Mark's sequels.
Yeah, Mark. I know you do.
Yeah.
Felix the Cat, the movie.
The Wonderful, Wonderful Cat.
Framed with Jeff Goldblum and Kristen Scott Thomas and Michael Lerner. Ghost Dad is that year.
Oh God, Ghost Dad. I kind of like Ghost Dad.
Oh, I like Ghost Dad too. We
I don't
talked
think
about
I've
this
seen
recently.
it since 1990, but I do remember having a good time at the theater.
Jungle Book got re-released that year.
It's not eligible.
It's not eligible. Freshman, as Mark mentioned. There's Navy SEALs I just came across.
Hell yeah.
Blood Oath, Chicago Joe and the Showgirl with Kiefer Sutherland.
Sounds like one of his movies.
DuckTales the movie, Treasure of the Lost Lamp. I used to love that movie. It's on Disney Plus. You guys should watch it. I watched it recently. Mo Better Blues, Spike Lee, Denzel,
Hey, not bad.
Wesley Snipes. Air America.
Not bad. I like that one.
Oh my God, Air America.
Yeah.
It's a very Mark movie. It's a very Mark movie.
That is old school.
We got Jack Nicholson directing The Two Jakes.
It's all right.
I don't think I've seen it. It's funny.
Yeah, it's a sequel to Chinatown.
Yeah, Meg Tilly is in it. And I just saw her right before the podcast because Psycho 2 is on television.
Oh my God.
Also, kicking off the trifecta of great trilogies, Exorcist 3.
No.
My Blue Heaven, Taking Care of Business.
Oh my God.
I
my
liked
Blue
My Blue
Heaven.
Heaven, and I actually just watched that again recently, and I still really love it.
Nora
Oh,
Ephron,
that's a good one.
Steve Martin, Rick Moranis, Joan Cusack, Carol Kane.
Yeah. It's
God,
so,
Daniel
yeah.
Stern.
That's a great one.
Where's Daniel Stern today? Colleen Camp's also in it too. Taking Care of Business, J.J. Abrams screenplay, James Belushi, Charles Grodin. Pump Up the Volume, Christian Slater.
That may be my number one of the year.
Fun fact,
Christian Slater?
in my senior high school play, we put together our own variety show, and I did the final monologue from Pump Up the Volume in my monologue for the school. It was good. It was awesome. Samantha Mathis, hell yeah, all day for the rest of my life.
Love that movie. I think it's my number one of the year.
After Dark, My Sweet, Jason Patrick. Delta Force 2, The Colombian Connection.
That's the one he was waiting for?
Chuck Norris. Chuck goddamn Norris.
The Columbia Connection.
Robert Hamer's about to curse us out if we don't say this, so I'm going to say it now. Akira Kurosawa's Dreams is also that year. So do your bidding.
Mark, can we write a Delta Force sequel?
Good.
It'll take us a weekend.
Probably can't make anything worse than we did already.
Mark, here, this is for you and me, right? And I feel like Joey might come in with us, and I feel like Karen's going to curse us out. So get ready.
Oh, no.
Get ready. We're going to vote for Men at Work. Charlie Sheen, Emilio Estevez. Let's do it.
But
It was so stupid. That's why I loved it.
But only
Men at
because
Work.
Keith David is in it.
It showed me what Emilio Estevez could do with Bobby. It showed me at that moment.
This was what made you think he could make an Academy Award-worthy film.
I knew it at that moment. Death Warrant, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
One of my favorite lines in Men at Work is, "Aw, somebody threw away a perfectly good white boy."
That's Better Off Dead, Karen.
I love it. So we got
That's better off than the John Cusack movie.
It's also
John
that,
Cusack.
whatever.
Really? I don't remember that one.
It's in Men in Black, yeah. I mean, Men at Work.
It's not in Men in Black.
No, it's not in Men in Black.
It's not in Men in Black.
There's a lot of movies.
We had our first opportunity to vote for Jean-Claude Van Damme in Death Warrant. I like Death Warrant. Death Warrant's awesome.
Like a threat.
Listen,
I don't remember that one.
What? Really? That's like one
I know
of the,
I've seen it,
that's
but
like,
I don't
it's the
remember
one he
it.
kicks things,
that's like
Karen.
one of my top
It's like-
4 things I think of when I think of Jean-Claude.
Is it a sequel to Bloodsport?
No, there's no sequel to
No?
Bloodsport. There's only Bloodsport.
I think there is a sequel to Bloodsport.
There is there.
No,
if,
there's
it,
not.
if it went straight to video, then that shit does not exist in my world.
There
then.
is Bloodsport 2, The Next Kumite
Yep.
from 1996.
Nope,
No.
that
Either
did,
way,
it didn't open
rejected.
theaters. Yep.
Either way, I think we can all agree that Jean-Claude's best film was Universal Soldier.
No, it's Bloodsport. You monster.
It's,
Listen.
it's JCVD. It's the only good movie he's made.
Bloodsport's the best.
If I could physically be anyone in the 90s, I would physically be Jean-Claude Van Damme. Physically. I have never, up until probably the moment I saw Brad Pitt in person, I've never physically admired a man the way I admire Jean-Claude Van Damme in the 90s.
Sorry, I'm just remembering Brad Pitt now. Hold on.
Yes,
wait a minute.
I know. Brad Pitt in person, I was like, wow. I was like, I get it. We have State of Grace with Sean Penn and Ed Harris and Gary Oldman and Robin Wright and John Turturro and John C. Reilly and Burgess Meredith. I've never seen this.
It's a hell of a cast.
White Hunter, Black Heart, Clint Eastwood movie. It sounds like a Clint Eastwood movie. 100%.
That sounds like his political system. His
Oh my
belief
God!
system, actually.
Here's another. Oh, starring Clint Eastwood and another very '90s name to say, Jeff Fahey. Wow.
Oh my gosh.
I
The
know.
Lawnmower
Oh,
Man.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's in Lost, too.
Oh, of course, everything comes back to Lost.
That's right.
Never mind.
It
Never mind,
certainly
Mark.
does.
We got Funny About Love, Leonard Nimoy directing, and David Frankel screenplay. Gene Wilder, Christine Lottie, Mary Stuart Masterson, also a very 90s thing to say.
Huh.
Stephen Tobolowsky, love him. Ned Ryerson. My favorite moment was meeting him at the Critics' Choice Awards. I was so happy to meet him.
He's so great.
King of New York, I think I mentioned already. Texasville with by Peter Bogdanovich with Jeff Bridges and Sybil Shepherd. Annie Potts.
The sequel to the Last Picture Show.
Is that what that is?
That's
Oh.
what it is, and it's not good.
Oh, well, I imagine.
Watch the trailer one day. The trailer is like this upbeat, like in a world type thing. It's
In
the
a
exact
world,
opposite
yeah.
of the Last Picture Show.
I think I already mentioned Avalon, right? Barry Levinson's movie.
Yeah.
Yep. That's Elizabeth Perkins as well. I think it's probably what brought that on.
It's a good year for her.
Yeah. Desperate Hours, Michael Cimino movie with Mickey Rourke, Anthony Hopkins, Mimi Rogers. Aw, she was going through a divorce at the same time, too. Kelly Lynch, David Morse, Elias Koteas? How do you say it?
Koteas, I think.
Koteas? I think it's the Koteas. I don't know. Fantasia's that year, and I fucking hate Fantasia. Fantasia makes me want to die. It's so boring.
What Fantasia?
I think it was a re-release.
The
that
re-release of Fantasia.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
it's like 19.
Yeah, first one. You know, the
something.
first Fantasia.
year. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Henry and June, not Benny and June. Henry and June, Philip Kaufman movie. Fred Ward, Uma Thurman.
Oh my God, Fred Ward's another
Yeah.
great 90s.
Yeah.
Maria de Medeiros. Richard E. Grant. Kevin Spacey. What the hell? Marks for Death.
Yeah, I was
Steven
just gonna
Spielberg.
say.
I'm Steven Spielberg. Steven Seagal.
Wait.
Yep, Steven Spielberg directed that. No, Steven Seagal. Now a cop or whatever he's doing.
Sheriff or whatever the hell nonsense he's doing.
Shakma. Anyone hear of that?
No.
No.
From Castle Hill Productions. Memphis Belle.
Oh, I love Memphis
Matthew
Belle. Is that
Modine.
really that year?
Yeah. Matthew Modine, Eric Stoltz, Tate Donovan, D.B. Sweeney, Billy Zane, Sean
that's such
Astin,
a-
Harry Connick Jr. Wow.
That was a really good movie for a 13-year-old. I don't know how it ends up, so don't judge me. But at
I think
13,
you need to watch
loved
it
that
today.
movie.
Mr. Destiny. I used to love Mr. Destiny.
Oh, yeah.
James Belushi, Linda Hamilton, John Lovitz, Renee Russo, Michael Caine.
That was Linda Hamilton. I forgot.
Yeah. Troll 2 we talked about. Judgment with Keith Carradine, Blythe Danner, Jack Warden, David Strathairn. That either. Night of the Living Dead, George A. Romero.
No.
I think is that the re-release?
Yeah.
It's got to be.
That movie's from
Yeah,
the
it's like-
60s.
Yeah, okay. Got it. It's saying it like it's like a normal thing that came out that time. White Palace. That was Ted Talley who wrote Silence of the Lambs. Susan Sarandon, James Spader. Graveyard Shift, The Hot Spot, Soul Taker, Frankenstein Unbound, Child's Play 2. Yes, another sequel.
God, I'm still waiting for a horror movie that you haven't mentioned yet.
The Craze, Graffiti Bridge, the Rocky Fives, Hidden Agenda, The Nutcracker Prince. Robot Jocks, Mr. and Mrs. Bridge, Sending Angel, Misery, Cyrano de Bergerac.
That one was actually pretty good with Gerard Depardieu.
Oh, another Clint Eastwood. I guess he was making 2 movies a year forever. The Rookie.
The Rookie with Charlie Sheen.
Yep, and Raul Julia
that's a good one.
and Sonia Braga. Ooh,
Yeah.
I used to love me some Sonia Braga. Tragedy of Flight 103, The Inside Story. That was on HBO. Sheltering Sky. Look Who's Talking 2. Yes.
That's the sequel Mark was waiting
Yep.
for.
Almost an Angel. Hamlet, the Mel Gibson Hamlet, which is actually is not bad Hamlet.
It's
by the way,
actually pretty good.
it's not bad.
It's
yeah,
all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Yeah, I mean, do I mean this? I might prefer it to Kenneth Branagh's because Kenneth Branagh's very classical, and this was like a little like different, sort of. Ian Holmes in it too. The Russia House, Sean Connery.
yeah.
Yeah, got the Rush House here. The Long Walk Home. I don't see what movie you're waiting for, Joey. Which one are you talking about?
Well, I mean, there's one that you haven't mentioned. It's not the one I'm waiting for, but that's Almodovar's Tie Me Up, Tie Me Down. But Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. It's one of my favorite horror films.
I don't know.
Was that? I don't remember being that old.
It is. It's one of the few movies released as an NC-17, and I remember distinctly reading Roger Ebert's review when he talked about, he loved it. He was one of the reasons it got distribution. But he wrote about the MPA came back saying, don't even bother resubmitting it. There's no combination of cuts you can make that'll make us give this an R.
So
which is just so rare.
IMDb has that as 86.
86 is when it was put out for distribution. It wasn't released until 1990 because nobody wanted to put out an unrated movie.
So it's only eligible in 1990 then. I don't that's going to have to be a write-in. I don't think it's on the list.
Yeah, it's on. It shows.
Ooh, I do like its tagline. He's not Freddy. He's not Jason. He's real.
It's based on Henry Lee Lucas, the real serial killer. It's so dark.
I don't remember why. I don't know why I thought that was like a 90s film, like later 90s.
Well, they made a sequel.
Can I also just say, and it's going to probably make everyone laugh. When I think of Michael Rooker, do you know what movie I immediately think of?
Cliffhanger.
Yes, exactly what I go to.
You're both monsters.
Of course you think.
It's like the first of all, Cliffhanger got really bad reviews at the time, and it's kind of good.
It's very weird that either of you think of Cliffhanger, let alone that you think of him.
Listen, I was 16-year-old.
Yeah, I was also thinking. Well, I wasn't 16, but I was thinking of it the other day, especially because I was watching. We were flipping through channel. My sister just left today. She came up for a week, and we were watching Daylight.
That
Daylight is the movie that
ridiculous.
showed that Sylvester Stallone really can't act. Like if you let him just go, if you let him off the leash, he's like breathe in and out. Like it is horribly. Like it's so crazy how bad it is. But I was thinking
they did a very good job of disguising that was it in the trailer. Like the trailer looked good, and then you saw the movie and it was like, oh my god, stop.
And then it's Amy.
I remember I was so mad when I saw that movie, and it was so terrible.
Like it's so
the trailer's great.
You know what's funny is he follows up that movie with what might be his best performance, which was Copland.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why he signed on the Copland was he got tired. Things like Daylight were actually starting to bug him. But then when he didn't get nominated, he completely went back to that.
Best non-Rocky performance, I should say. Or First Blood.
Can I just say, by the way, Sylvester Stallone, I get it, like, he's been bad, like, a lot. But if I'm really going through his filmography, he's not, like, a flatliner of death. See, 1990 brought it back here.
He's a limited actor.
Like, he's, like, because I'm going to go through just some quick stuff, and I want you to just count on your hands, and we're going to see what number we come up with. How many good performances / good movies he did between this and this. So ready?
All right.
Okay.
First Blood, Rhinestone, Rambo First Blood Part 2, Rocky 4, Cobra, Over the Top, Rambo 3, Lock Up, Tango and Cash, Rocky 5, Oscar, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot, Cliffhanger, Demolition Man, The Specialist, Judge Dredd, Assassins, Daylight, Copland, The Good Life, and Get Carter. How many do you guys have?
6.
I have 7.
I I had 9.
I had 7.
4.
4.
Listen, my 9 is exaggerated by the fact that I was a teenage boy for some of it.
Sure.
So,
yeah. Like, all right. Wait, Karen.
So Mark picked every Rambo.
This is very important.
I picked Rambo too.
Very important. Karen, what were your 4?
Well, now I can't remember all of them.
I'm gonna go.
First Blood.
First Blood. Rocky 4, Cobra, Over the Top. Rambo 3, Lock Up, Tango and Cash.
Tango and Cash.
All right, that was one of mine. Good. Rocky 5, Oscar.
No.
I totally put my thumb up for
Oscar's
Oscar.
on my 6.
I love Oscar. Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
Nope.
I love Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
I did too.
It's a fun movie, but that's not a great performance.
All right, Cliffhanger, Demolition Man. I put my thumb up for.
Yeah, Demolition Man, and then the other one was Copland. So those are my 4.
Okay. Mm-hmm. You did, remember the? Oh God, Specialist is awful.
I don't think I saw Special.
Oh, was Sharon Stone? Yes, that was like.
That's a Special.
Yeah, and James Woods.
I gave a very limited thumbs up to Tango and Cash.
I did too.
I like Tango and Cash. That was one of my 4.
Like for a really long time, I really thought Oscar was his best work. It's up there. Like he's really good in Oscar.
Come on,
he's better than you would expect from that movie.
Yeah.
Rocky and First Blood are his 2 best performances, in my opinion, and then probably Copland.
Those 2, Creed and Copland.
Great.
Copland.
Yeah.
Those 4.
What would you take, Mark? Would you take Stallone in his prime? Action stars. Stallone, Dolph Lundgren, or Schwarzenegger?
Probably Schwarzenegger, but Schwarzenegger never made a movie as good as Stallone.
What?
Stallone has 2 or 3 better. Well, I'd put Rocky
he's not in his
First
prime.
Blood ahead of,
The twins erasure. My goodness.
I'd put Rocky and First Blood ahead of Terminator, which is probably Arnold. Terminator 2.
Terminator 2.
So it's close. It's close. I think I was more of a Schwarzenegger guy as far as the action, like his Predator, and there were a lot of good cheesy Commando.
Yeah, he never did a Copland though. Was his thing. He never really went that way.
I'd argue that he kind of did, and I know it doesn't have a lot of great following. I think he really softened himself up in Maggie.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not... That's older. That's not... Well, he's still a major...
I think that's his creed, essentially.
Yeah, after he was governor, then he... A lot of his movies, actually, after he was governor... have this weird through line of mortality.
When is he governor, by the way? Like what years?
He is governor in the late 90s, early 2000s, I want to say.
No, it was early 2000s. It was like 2004 or 5? 2004, I think.
Because I'm looking, because there's a gap in his filmography, obviously, from The Kid and I in 2005 to The Expendables 2 in 2012.
I think the only thing he was in was Expendables while he was governor.
You know what I would say Schwarzenegger's best performance is outside of
Rocky?
Terminator 1 and 2. No,
Schwarzenegger, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
You know what I would say? I'd probably say True Lies.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
True Lies
I loved him in True Lies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was better aware of his limitations than Stallone was. Stallone, unfortunately... This thing with Stallone, unfortunately, and anyone go and watch the Rocky trailer from like when Rocky came out, like a little bit of the after trailers, when they did the TV spots, and in the trailers they're saying Sylvester Stallone, the new Marlon Brando. Like it was the worst thing I think that ever happened to him.
It's because on the waterfront. Rocky
I think everyone was just like, who is this guy? Oh my God, look what he's doing. Like this is method. And then everyone like quickly realized, oh no, that's just the way he is. That's the way he talks.
He's really good in Rocky though.
Oh, he's amazing in the first Rocky.
Oh, he's so good. Yeah, it's an actively amazing performance. And
I mean, I think the thing was, if you had seen him before that, not counting like the porn movie, like you'd seen him in stuff that was very like Lords of Flatbush, and it's not that he's bad or good in them. It just he seems like that character. So when you see him in Rocky, he can do it well. That really, I think, set people off. Because what were you going to say? Death Race 2000 was an example of acting? He's there.
Can I ask you guys, what number is he in that actor lineup that year of quality? So you got Peter Finch, who won, Giancarlo Gianni in Seven Beauties, De Niro in Taxi Driver, Holden in Network, and then Stallone. What number is he, personally?
2.
He's 3 or 4 to me.
Yeah, probably 4.
I'd say 3.
It'd be between him and Holden.
Yeah, Holden is like 3. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Holden and him are like 3 or 4.
De Niro and Finch are like 2 all-time performers.
Who's one?
De Niro.
De Niro for me.
I don't even like
Finchy.
Taxi Driver.
I don't like Taxi Driver, and I would say De Niro too. I think De Niro. Yeah. De Niro for me holds Taxi Driver together.
I love Taxi Driver. Like, that's top 20 all time for me.
Do you think if Heath Ledger question? Do you think Peter Finch is alive? He wins still.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty incredible in that. So I don't know. But hard to say.
I wouldn't. I mean, I don't think it changes because I don't know who the 2 is.
De Niro. I think De Niro's the 2.
I don't know because Rocky wins picture still. If it was more of a contest, I think we would have had a weird vote split, honestly.
And I think Holden won for Stalag 17, if I remember correctly. So he was already a winner, so it wasn't like they needed to get him one. But I think Finch was probably the one at the time, at least, that felt the most right. Look at the other love that Network got for acting, right?
Yeah.
I feel
they
confident.
clearly liked it.
I feel confident Giannini was 5. Other than that, I can.
What's probably surprising is that Network wasn't your Best Picture winner.
I mean, no, I don't think it's surprising. No.
It surprises me.
Does it?
But I mean, I don't know what the conversations were like back in 76, 77.
I mean,
it's
about how we cover it. Like, if we covered it, like, I mean, listen, and I think I've said this before. I think this is arguably the best collective Oscar year in history. Is 1976.
Definitely one of them for sure.
Yeah, one of them. Yeah, it's a good argument to have about it. So I think if we covered it in the medium in which Oscar world exists now, like, I mean, obviously if it came out today, I think All the President's Men probably is your Best Picture winner because that's what people I think would have gravitated to.
I'm horrified what Rocky and Taxi Driver who the fans of it would be this now because they're not. They would attract the wrong crowd, I think.
Taxi Driver was all about taking down the man, though. Like, I think Taxi Driver might be more timely than
Taxi Driver would attract the Joker crowd.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't know if that's true. It's easy to say that because they're similar, but Joker is not well developed as a Taxi Driver type of film. So,
agreed.
Yeah.
I don't know if the people who like Joker would genuinely like Taxi Driver.
Yeah,
well,
good.
I'd add to it, Joker's also not a hero, whereas in the end, Travis Bickle is like a hero.
Yeah,
depending on your interpretation of the end.
Yeah, I'd also argue, by the way, it's obviously, this goes without saying, but let me just say it out loud. It's so hard to extrapolate movies of any time and pluck them into this time because of like Seven Beauties, people are going to be like, definitely not, a Gianni or whatever. But Lena Wertmuller is our first female director nominee ever that year. So, like, if we pluck that into today, the Seven Beauties, start just, running away with more stuff. And probably, and Scorsese doesn't get nominated for Taxi Driver. So, are we booting out Ingmar Bergman? Like Sidney Lumet, who just had a birthday, he would have been 86, I think, today. But Sidney Lumet, is he really is he the challenger to John G. Avildsen, or does Alan J. Pakula start Tom McCarthy this thing? I
think my only concern would be if we had the equivalent of a bicentennial, I think the people who would be proudly celebrating it, and that's part of what Rocky's thing is it's,
the underdog
pride. I think you might get that taken by a more right wing kind of person. And then it's just funny also, in 1976, you could have a movie where Marx as the hero attempts to assassinate a presidential candidate. I don't know if that would fly.
It's the 70s, right?
Yeah, but listen, I think also does Bound for Glory even make it in the end? Because now 50 years later, Bound for Glory I think just got a Blu-ray release. I was just able to put it in my wall. But Bound for Glory has been so little revisited, and Star is Born, like, does Chris Christopherson and Barbara Streisand now make more of a play?
It was never like thought of as a great movie. At the time,
Chris Christopherson won the Globe, so in theory,
it was the Globes in the 70s.
Yeah, but I think like,
but that was. I'm trying to think of what the equivalent would be. Like, what's a big star-studded movie that's
Cats.
more of a? Yeah, it's like if Cats wasn't terrible but was fair, it would be closer to that. Where it's
American Hustler.
American Hustle, yeah.
No, I'm trying to think of more of like a spectacle. Like, it was more of an event film of like, oh, we got to go see Streisand do this. It would have been like if Hustlers wasn't as good. It was like, oh, okay, J-Lo doing this. And that was the interest.
Just want to point out real quick, the highest grossing film of that year was Rocky. Then A Star is Born. Then King Kong. Silver Streak. All the President's Men. The Omen. The Bad News Bears. The Enforcer. In Search of Noah's Ark. And Midway.
Silver Streak.
Rocky, highest grossing film, $55 million.
I can't wait till we get to ACCA 76.
Ticket prices were 25 cents.
That's right. You gotta look at that adjusted for inflation.
Adjusted for inflation.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so that's ACCA 1990. Two more things to cover real quick before we're all done. We are also in correlation with ACCA 1990, but a lot so with just other things. When you register for a circuit account, there is a place that you may have seen and maybe haven't clicked on yet, but in the top right hand corner of any page you're on, there's something that says reader submissions. If you go there, you can submit op-eds for the site now. So what you do, you'll just submit the words. We will color it up with images and stuff like that. But we're going to be doing op-ed submissions for the next month. But we're starting off with two kind of narrow questions for you to submit about. I'm probably going to add ACCA 1990 into it as your favorite film of 1990 because I just think it might go together. So there probably will be three. But one is going to be, because Emmys are going on and Emmy voting starts next week, your favorite TV episode of the year. So op-ed, what was it? What did it do for you? All that good stuff. Then, as a personal touch, I want you to talk about the 10 movies that mean most to you. Now, you can take the Clayton definition, your 10 favorite best films of all time, or you can take the Mark definition and say not best, they're my favorite, or they just mean the most to you, or they just mean the most to you, which is also something different. So that could mean the same thing, but I want you readers to talk about it and give it give a rank. You can do a ranking format if you'd like, or if you want to make it just essay style, whatever it is, we want to know the 10 movies that mean most to you. And then the third thing that we probably will open up, the movie that means most to you from 1990. And they're going to be separate, but we want you to talk about your passion. And then that will be up with details. So you go to reader submission, you click on that, and then after you click on it, there will be a drop down that kind of, when you hover, it appears, says op-eds. Or open lists. There's ranked lists, classic lists, trivia quiz. You can obviously submit different things in here, but for this particular thing, you're going to submit op-eds, and that's what you'll put there, and it'll go to the back end, and you'll even get some editing from us too, so we'll clean it up for you a bit as well. And we look forward to seeing what you have to say, because I think it might be cool. Karen looks forward because she does a lot of our editing on the site too, so she's going to be she won't yell at you the way she yells at others, though. She'll be a little kinder to you. Don't worry.
Oh my God.
Some of you might get yelled at.
Yeah,
It's true.
but we'll like a lot of us will take a look and stuff. We're going to discuss internally which ones we're going to put up. We're not limiting amount of stuff we're going to put up, but we're going to create a section on the homepage where the reader submissions will be hovering through, but it will be shared out. So please, do it. And you get a lot of amps to your circuit account when you get something published on the site. So you're doing some service to get towards a higher ranking. So remember that. Lastly, we have an Oscar window, right? That goes until February 28th. I'm going to be updating predictions this week because we have some more films that are going to be eligible that now get added to the mix. We have some movies that also moved out and moved around and stuff like that. So it was just announced that Tenet moved again Shocker.
It's going to move 2 weeks for the next
to
6
August
months.
12th.
They're just going to keep pushing it back 2 weeks at a time until they can actually release.
And then Mulan moved to August 21st. So
we're just going to repeat that for the next handful of months.
Now, I think August. I don't know. So for people who may not have known, New York, obviously we're doing the phase reopenings. Movie theaters and malls are not included in any of the phases of reopenings. And I'm going to credit Chris Tapley for really articulating this better than I'm going to right now. I don't know how you do your big summer blockbuster opening without New York in play. Now,
here in California,
that was going to be my next. Go ahead.
Well,
Karen.
Disneyland got pushed back indefinitely. They don't even have a projected opening date again.
Yep.
So between New York and LA, there's no way.
Well, my next point was going to be that's New York. Now pluck in LA surging right now. Shocker. It's like we told people if they reopened that this would happen, but whatever.
Yep.
But yeah,
because people won't wear their damn masks.
If oh my god,
don't get me started.
Can I say the Trader Joe's lady was just the icing on the cake right now?
It's amazing how someone with breathing problems can yell so consistently.
I know, right?
It's a miracle.
By the way, Mel Brooks is 94 years old today.
Oh,
happy birthday, Mel Brooks.
Love you, man.
See, stay home. Don't kill Mel Brooks.
Yeah,
exactly.
He did a great video, by the way, during...
yes, it was his son literally saying that.
Yeah.
I'll be fine, but I'll kill Mel Brooks, and he'll kill Carl Reiner.
Yeah, I think we'll continue to kind of weave through this. I think they want to open, and they want to reopen. I think Mulan and Tenet are going to keep pushing themselves back until... I think we're going... Movie theaters, no matter what, are going to reopen this year. Should they? That's a different question. I think they will try to, and I think we will, before the end of the year, have movie theaters open. Mark, just to put out as a fair warning, I think that where movie theaters are by Telluride will really make the call on Telluride.
Yeah, probably.
I don't know how Telluride will be able to do it with a straight face if movie theaters still aren't open.
Well, you saw what Toronto sort of announced. They're like, we're only barely having screenings.
Well, we knew they were going to do virtual anyway. And yes, Karen, you are correct. Yeah. Like you did say that. I think part of what Karen said holds water. Like she doesn't think it's going to open because she doesn't think we're going to be able to. And I think it's a very, very, very big possibility. With the conversations that are going around with Telluride and what they're doing, I think they are determined to open to have it no matter what. And to Karen's point, it's great you can want to do everything you want to do, but
it's nice to want things.
But if you can't, you can't.
Yeah, it's not necessarily going to be up to them. And I understand and I applaud that this is something that really means something to them and they want to be able to do it. But I mean, you just have to look at reality. This is 2 months from now and we're nowhere near that point. Sorry, I have a dog growling in my shoulder.
What's worse, the growling or my air conditioner? What can kill you easier?
She's about to start barking, so I'm trying to calm her down.
That dog is very passionate about theaters not reopening too early.
So
that's her saying, "Wear your fucking masks, people, so you can go back to the movies."
Yes,
right.
Okay, so here we go. This is what's in July, quote unquote. This is what's coming in July: the Broken Hearts Gallery, Saint Maud, and Unhinged. Whatever, we'll see. So we got Tenet in August, allegedly. Greenland, which just released a trailer this week. Mulan, Antebellum, Bill and Ted Face the Music, and the New Mutants.
Oh, Bill and Ted moved moved a couple days also.
Did they move already?
The New Mutants.
Yeah, they moved a tiny bit. Yeah. They took one of the dates that it opened. And New Mutants is never coming out.
They need to just put it on Hulu already.
I watched the trailer for New Mutants like the other day.
Which trailer?
I don't know. One of them. It was interesting. Maisie Williams looks very young in it.
I know, it's crazy. They're all going to be like 5 years older than they were.
Who'd have thought this would be our new Margaret? Like, who'd have thought?
Yep.
And then we got September. We got Quiet Place 2, September 4th with Monster Hunter, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It on the 11th, The King's Man on the 18th, Candyman on the 25th, along with Ava with Jessica Chastain on the 25th. That also had a trailer this week.
Hold on. Can we just briefly mention that kick-ass teaser animated trailer for Candyman?
Oh my God, it was incredible.
Amazing.
It was incredible.
Like, I want them to release that separately and make it eligible for animated shorts.
I wonder, I thought maybe that was like a sequence in the movie that she plucked out, but I guess it was just made for this, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. They're not clear about it because I looked at the website for the company that did it, and it sounded like it is actually supposed to be in the movie. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. It looks great.
Then October, Wonder Woman 1984 on the 2nd. Death on the Nile on the 9th. French Dispatch on the 16th. Halloween Kills on the 16th. Connected on the 23rd. Snake Eyes on the 23rd. Fatale on the 30th.
We're going to get both French Dispatch and Tenet at Telluride. Just calling it.
You think Tenet will go to Telluride?
I think it's cute that you think you're getting any movies at Telluride.
I wonder.
Let me believe.
I wonder what it would look like if Tenet did end up going to like. At that point, do you just go to Telluride?
I'm going to Telluride as long as Telluride's happening.
No, I'm talking about Warner Brothers. Like, do you bring it to Telluride and just say like,
no?
That's what I'm saying. If it hasn't been released, by then, why would you not try and get it?
No,
why would you? You don't need to spend the time or the money.
They don't bring Nolan movies to festivals.
Can I also
they never do.
Can I also just say, 100%, no star will be there for it. So they would just be showing it to us, and that would be it.
Which is why it seems like a ridiculous idea to even still have the festival.
We'll see.
Agreed.
Then we got.
Why would you fly all the way there just to watch movies and not do any of the networking stuff?
Because Mark Johnson really wants to.
Doesn't need to be near because this is the one time Mark leaves his family.
Mark really wants to go.
I need to get out of this damn office, okay? I've been in this office all day since March 16th.
Trust me, I know.
Then we got November. We got Black Widow, Clifford the Big Red Dog, Pixar Soul, which released their new thing this yesterday, and it was beautiful. I do. What got me a little peed off, mad. Let's get a little verklempt. The thing yesterday, the sneak peek they called it, was all on the character that Jamie Foxx plays before he becomes the soul bloop thing. The bloop thing is the majority of the movie, and that sneak peek totally made it look like it was going to be the whole movie as a human. I mean, it was a little misleading.
I didn't feel that way, but maybe it's just because I know a lot more about the movie. I don't know.
Yeah. No Time to Die on the 20th? Is that what it is still?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they haven't moved it.
Free Guy on December 11th. Dune on the 18th. Coming to America 2, or Coming to America on the 18th as well. Also West Side Story on the 18th. Top Gun Maverick on the 23rd. Last Duel on Christmas Day. That's still slated for Christmas Day right now.
Yeah.
Actually, Respect is also on Christmas Day. That moved to that date. That's the Aretha. And now, because we have eligibility extended, these are now eligible for the Academy Awards. Ready, Mark?
We have one undated fall release too, though.
Oh, there's a lot of undated stuff. But
we know it. We know for sure that Over the Moon is coming out. We just don't know when.
Yeah, true. Yes. Mark, you ready? These are what could come to Telluride.
Okay.
Escape Room 2. It's now eligible.
Yes.
Mortal Kombat. That's for me.
Yeah. That's going to be the opening film.
Yep. I would take it. I would be 100% excited. Peter Rabbit 2. Cinderella. Got the new Cinderella with Camila Cabello, which is going to kill me. Eternals is now back in play.
Yes, it is.
So Eternals is going to be on the next Oscar prediction.
I told someone it was going to get nominated for Best Picture, and they were like, "Don't even joke about that." I'm like,
I mean, maybe.
It's going to be one of the last films. Yeah.
Yep. Tom Clancy's Without Remorse. that's also there. So now these are movies that can quote unquote get eligibility if they move back a little or get a qualifying run. Ghostbusters Afterlife is March 5th right now. Tom and Jerry's also March 5th. Many Saints of Newark is March 12th. Raya and the Last Dragon is March 12th. Morbius is March 19th. Tomb Raider 2, March 19th. Boss Baby 2, March 26th.
I think Disney will not do a qualifying release early for Raya.
They'll focus on Soul.
Yeah, Soul and Onward, probably Soul. And then Raya will be in the running for next year.
Listen, I think we said it last week, right? We were like anything's up for grabs this year, and I think a Best Picture win for Soul is completely in the cards.
Yeah. The other thing about Raya, too, is that it shares a lot of similarities with Netflix's film Over the Moon.
Oh, so they'll probably just not want to.
Yeah, I think having the two of them compete against each other will
not be the other stuff, there's Fatherhood, Fast 9, Last Night in Soho, but those are April. I don't think they're going to move them up. I think they'll just stay where they are to, make their money. Spiral and Godzilla stay in May.
Anything that has a potential for anything, they can just do what you would do if it was a January release and do a qualifying run at the last week of February.
Yeah.
So technically, I do wonder, is there a world where, let's say we can have Sundance in January, whether we have it there or not is another story. You could buy something, pick it up, and release it before the eligibility?
Well, there are times where they release stuff they show stuff at Sundance that already has a release date.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of weeks later.
Oh, yeah.
Like Netflix, the last couple of years, has premiered stuff at Sundance that then was out a week or two after.
Get Out was the secret screening there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious. I just wonder if there's something that, let's say Palm Springs was this year, but didn't have distribution. You could buy it and then immediately try to put it out.
I don't know how that would work. I don't know if it would work. You have to have a distribution plan to be able to... You can't just...
You'd have to go in with a model you just fit a movie into if you like it. And I don't know if that would work.
Yeah, and you have to be able to have time to market it. I don't think that would work. But I could see somebody premiering a movie at Sundance that is coming out in a couple of weeks that uses that festival buzz.
There you go, Mark. You may have to go to Utah instead.
Mark, would you even want to go to Sundance?
Of course,
it's fun.
I think any place that's not a state where his family lives, he's okay with.
I'm pretty much good with any film festival.
Come hang out with me in Park City, Mark. It's okay.
I have not met Karen yet.
I think Mark's good with
Joey.
Yeah.
I haven't met anybody but Clayton yet, so come on.
Yeah, Mark, you're one of the few I haven't.
I gave Mark.
I was in the Hamptons 5 minutes from you guys.
We didn't meet until this year, so.
Yeah.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
What, when we were in LA?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Yeah, both of the times I was in LA last year, yeah.
Yeah. That was the first time I met Joey. It was at... Which premiere was it?
Two Popes was the first one, and then I saw you the night before Critics' Choice and then at Critics' Choice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark, you gotta make up 3 times. How you like them apples?
Fine.
So, Mark, what do you want to see most? What do you think? What would you want our secret screening / opening film to be? Of
Tenet.
What? Tenet?
I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm staying.
You got a better chance of coming to New York to see the press screening as my guest.
I will say. I will say also, Joey. I think I said this to Karen, and this is. I think we're all in agreement. I don't know. Even the festival I feel the least is going to happen. NYFF. I don't know how you try to do that with a straight face.
I don't either.
I don't know. Yeah. I have no. I think it. I think you're in the same boat.
The table too.
You think?
I think you're in the same boat.
No, I don't think AFI is off the table.
I don't think it'll happen.
In November.
They need to move the New York Film Festival.
Well, they moved it to October.
No, they need to move it back. They need to move it.
No.
I was talking about Middleburg. I think Middleburg needs to move out of October into November, the week before Thanksgiving.
I think you're going to see that. I think you're going to see NYFF, Middleburg, Film Fest 919, all those September, October places. They're going to move back.
I got an idea for New York Film Festival, how to make it work.
Oh, here we go.
Held it in Ohio.
Correct. Have it in Akron, Ohio.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's it, right?
We'll be all right.
I
You
think
just can't do it in New York.
I mean, it's better to have it in New York than a lot of other states right now.
I don't know.
That's the thing. Like, once October rolls around, then we're into flu season again.
Yeah.
So now you've got flu and COVID and a pandemic that is not only still existing, but is nowhere near being under control because we have a stupid president.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to work on that part, but we won't know that yet.
That's not going to take effect until January, regardless of what happens in November.
See, Sundance might be okay for you. There you go.
He just deleted his retweet of the video that said white power in it.
It took him hours.
And then his team said he didn't see that part of the video. The video that opens with him saying that. He didn't see that.
Well, they're both believable. One, you're a racist, and two, you don't read a whole sentence before you do it. Both are completely believable.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
May you live in interesting times, huh?
We are. All right, so we come to that part of the podcast where we're wrapping up, but you're also giving me a movie to enter into the database. And I think we should keep it 1990 related since that's where we are. And a lot of them are there, so it may not be a lot.
I got to double check real quick.
I know. That's
but I mean, you can give me one, and then like if it's in there, then I'll tell you. Then pick another one.
Do you have Dances with Wolves and Goodfellas already?
Goodfellas is in there,
yeah.
and I'm pretty sure Dances with Wolves. I'm gonna double check on Dances.
I think Dances with Wolves is in.
Yeah, I want to say
I seem to remember voting for it.
I want to say you made me do it like a few weeks back.
Okay.
Dances with Wolves is in there. Yes.
Mark, pick one of your shitty sequels.
Yeah, I have one that if you two are still looking, I can give you mine.
Go ahead.
How about Miller's Crossing?
I don't think it's in there, but let me double check.
Let's get that in
Crossing.
there.
Survey says
it's my number 5 of that year.
Miller's Crossing is not in there, so that is what's getting added right now.
All right.
There you go.
All right. Joey, are you?
Yes, I checked and Henry is there, so I'm going to go pump up the volume.
I'm like 99% sure that's not in there.
Did you know Christian Slater's character's name in Pump Up the Volume is Mark? It's like the one time.
I do remember that.
It's the
one time that they used Mark for anything.
What?
Oh my God! Name another character in the history of movies named Mark.
The Room.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Mark Felt.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, Mark Felt. Like
for what? The OJ?
No, Liam Neeson.
That's Mark Furman, who you share plenty in common with.
That too.
What's Mark Felt? Why does that sound familiar?
He's the Liam Neeson Deep Throat.
I don't think I know.
It came out like 2 years ago.
Okay,
and wasn't good.
No, there you go.
Yeah, it was Felt.
All right, fine. There's more than one Mark. Okay, fine. You win.
Any movie that involves Mark Anthony.
Oh, by the way, for readers, I do not. Miller's Crossing will only be Joel Cohen as the director. Ethan Cohen was not credited as a co-director. He's producer. Yes, that's how they did it until
they didn't give a shit about the DJ.
Yeah. Karen, do you have yours?
Awakening.
Is that not in there?
I don't know. I can't find it.
Let me see.
I keep getting invalid post type.
Well, you have to
one
search.
movie came up, but then
that's the thing. You can't search in this. If you search for a movie and then found it, you can't do it in the same thing. You have to go back out to all movies.
That's again. What I was not doing correctly.
It's a thing. Awakenings is in there. But I need some images because it doesn't have any image.
Put some images in there. What about My Blue Heaven?
Oh, that's definitely not in there. So, yep. My Blue Heaven. All right, Mark, where can they follow you?
Mark likes movies.
No, he doesn't.
I know.
Mark likes Telluride.
That was like Telluride. He loves Telluride. He is the alt-right for getting festivals to happen. He's like, no, we don't need math. This just happened.
I want his wife to tell him, I got the kids a babysitter. I'm coming with you to Telluride this year.
No.
It's our getaway. Second honeymoon.
Yeah. I mean, that wouldn't even work. Logistically, wouldn't work. Joey, where can they follow you?
At Joey Magazine, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Still wearing a mask. Staying home.
Like a good person.
Yeah. It's almost like I understand the concept of what it is.
All right. Well, Karen, where do you follow you?
I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Karen M. Peterson.
And I'm Clayton. You can follow me at AwardCircuit, download Stitcher Radio, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Go to awardcircuit.com for all your entertainment news. Make sure you register for a Circuit account and get ready to vote for ACCA 1990. Submit your op-eds. We do have some stuff to give out for submissions, and the best ones that we deem great. And we'll
give a prize to whoever guesses the movie that Mark's the song that Mark's kids are listening to.
That'd be great. All right, and we'll see you at the movies.
Bye.
Circuit Breaker is brought to you by AwardCircuit.com. Just plug in.